Okay, so today I want to show you quickly something that's very important for use in Google Docs, and that is selecting or highlighting portions of text that you have on your screen. So there are some really important things to keep in mind. First is the mouse here, specifically the left mouse button. So one way that you can select or highlight text is exclusively through the mouse, and I'll show you that way first. And if you're feeling really confident in using the mouse, it'll be a good way to do this. The other is to use some keys on your keyboard. And the keys that I'm talking about, my keyboard's a little different than yours, but it's these four arrow keys here, which are just to the right of the enter key. This is the enter key. And you're going to use them in combination with the shift key. You can use this shift key or the shift key on the other side of the keyboard. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to look at a Google Doc. And so you see my Google Doc screen on one side. I'm going to make this bigger so that you can watch my hands and look at the Google Doc at the same time. So what I want to try and do is pick a word to highlight in this document. So let's say I wanted to pick this word steak. So I move my pointer in front of it. I push on the left mouse button, this one right here. I'm holding it down now, and I'm going to drag it to the right and see how it creates shading on there. That's called highlighting or selecting. If I move my pointer somewhere else and click, the shading disappears. So obviously, if you want to leave the shading on, you don't want to click until you've done what you need to do. And of course, you can shade as much as you want to. Let's say that you wanted to shade this whole sentence. You can sort of move your mouse to do that. Again, I'm just holding my left mouse button down while I'm moving the mouse. I could expand it, moving the mouse button down, or I could move it up, left, right. But most of the time you're going to do exactly the way I did it before, which is to position it right in front of the word or words that you want to highlight, holding the mouse button down and then moving to the right. So that's how you do it with the mouse. Now let me introduce you to the arrow keys. So I watch what happens when I push the down arrow key. See how that moves the pointer up and down? And if I move my pointer to the left, it moves. Use my left arrow key, it moves the pointer to the left. I use my right arrow key, it moves it to the right. My up arrow key, it moves it up. Down key moves it down. So you can use this to move your pointer around. And when you find what you want to highlight, you move the pointer so that it's directly in front of it. You hold down this shift key. See how I'm pointing to the shift key here? It's right below the enter key on this side of the keyboard, but you can hold either shift key down. You can use the one on the other side of the keyboard as well. So I'm going to hold it down, and now I'm going to use my right arrow key. And actually that did more than I wanted. If I just hold it down and use the right arrow key and advance the pointer until the whole word is highlighted. It's the same as doing it with the mouse. But as I sort of showed you there, you can hold the shift key down and highlight a whole line by using the down arrow key or the up arrow key. And you can use that in combination with the right and the left keys. The point is just to get the word or words that you want to have highlighted or selected, shaded in, as I'm doing here. And so this is the second way to do it. So just to review again, 2 ways to do it. The mouse, by moving the pointer without holding anything down, moving the pointer to the place where you want to start highlighting, then hold it down, and then drag it to the right. Touch this to turn the highlighting off. You can move it up and down, again holding it in order to shade. Or you can use these arrow keys, and when you hold the shift key down, it starts to highlight when you're using the arrow keys. All right, now let's have you do some practice with this.